RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on our Saturday morning of the 2026 RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions. Here we have some C semifinal action. I'm Dan Babola, and I am joined with last night's B event qualifier from team parent Ethan Drysdale.
Hello, how are you doing, everybody?
Thank you for joining us, Ethan, after your big win last night. So I'm sure there was a little bit of celebrating going on, but probably had to keep it in line because you do have a big game tonight.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we went to the beer gardens last night, and it was very exciting in there. Lots of people, music, and I didn't even have a drink. I was just there for the environment. It was electric, and we had a good time.
Great. And here we have, of course, Moulding versus Hlushak. This is an elimination game. If these teams and the other game that's on the ice, which is also on the men's side, Tao versus Jakes, they're both C semifinal games. All teams on the ice today are facing a potential 3 games. If they lose, they're eliminated at any point. But if they win, they would advance to the C final. The winners of that would play in our playoffs in the bottom bracket of the page playoff. So these teams are all in a must-win situation and facing 3 games today. As we start off with Moulding having hammer, we see a lot of action already coming into the house. Andrew Nerpin, second for the team, being asked to draw around here. We said Evan Crow is sweeping presently. Kyler Kleibrink on the outside there. Kyler has been battling a shoulder injury. through the qualifiers in the Brooks Playdowns. He was actually playing but unable to sweep at all. But they still pulled through with a lot of injury and illness in that event. And as I like to point out, my team, personally helped them get there. So you're welcome, guys.
That's right. Our team made a deal with Darren, and before the Brooks event began, we were like, one of us can have A, one of us can have B, and it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys came through the B side of that event.
Yeah.
So still a lot of teams are not afraid to mix it up this opening end. No conservatism here.
Oh, no double peel. We see the freeze. Team Hlushak must be feeling confident with the ice.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't get the hammer, they must have had a pretty close draw to the button in the first practice. So
Darren and Kyler discussing how to best navigate this.
okay, perfect.
Yeah, already second zones, and they're having the long discussion. So could make for an entertaining end here. Evan Crow trying to hold that straight. Now calling for a little bit of curl.
Oh, looks pretty. Oh,
and doesn't really put them in much better of a situation, but it does bring another yellow rock into the forefoot there.
So has a nice stagger protecting their shot rock on the pin.
Yeah,
Seems like the angles are pretty good for them at the moment.
and here we have Sahil Dalrymple. Think I'm saying the name right?
I think Dalrymple sounds right.
Yeah. And any friends of Sahil, if I'm saying it incorrectly, I apologize. But you obviously, with the big A's out there, we have seen these before. We know, we're familiar, that is the University of Alberta.
And a nicely placed draw there, almost getting shot rock. But definitely making that forefoot a lot messier.
Yes.
Darren looking to place another freeze in there. This end's really shaping up.
Yeah, this is looking like a skins end here at the moment. So this, I usually when you see an end like this, one of the skips ends up throwing a really big hit at some point, or a really big weight shot, I should say, at some point. We'll see how this goes. Kyler asking for a little bit of ice adjustment there. This team they were part of our up close and personal a couple of days ago in the patch, where they sat up front. People got to ask questions. This team was just formed this season. All experienced curlers, just didn't have a ton of time to play this season together. As Kyler makes a nice tap back there. I think yellow is
just one. Looks like.
I would say they're one. Yeah, looks like yellow is shot from that angle, and red is second shot.
All right, it's probably looking like just the pick on the red here is to hit it into those two yellows in the forefoot. Got the skinny of the guard here.
So this looks like probably going to see some heat here at a Dalrymple, and Not as much weight as I was expecting. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and
that's a tough miss.
A flash.
Those shots are hard though when you can only see a sliver of the rock, and he's throwing from the right hack, so he probably can see even. I'm a lefty, so for me, I was thinking that shot looks like it's pretty pretty makeable, but it would have been a lot harder for a righty.
Yeah, he'd be just that little bit over. And now more discussions here. They're gonna end up burning up a fair bit of time in the first end. I mean, they start the game with 38 minutes, and you expect to have a couple of ends like this. I know you had the one game against Jake's earlier this week. We were commenting that both teams had used up more than half the time in the first half of the game, but both teams were able to pace themselves well, kind of ends 6 through 8 to give yourselves, you built up some time for those last couple ends. But I know that psychologically it's always a little tougher when you kind of dip into that reserve in the first half of the game rather than the second half, because you kind of expect it more in the second half. Did you guys have that discussion at all about time? Or
we usually have that discussion in like our post end meetings where we'll roughly say we want about 3.5 minutes per end. So we talked about, we don't have that, so we're like, okay, so me and Ben, we're gonna throw our rocks probably in about like 30 seconds and just get all 4 of them through really quickly, and then that has worked pretty well for us. So he'll be in the hack and trying to throw within like 5 seconds of the broom being placed down. So we don't play like that for the whole game, but when we're tight for time, it's we get into that quick mode, and we've been able to find our time after doing that. So it's been working. We're getting used to the clocks. So it's a little hard when you only have them for one event a year. So it's like you kind of learn as the week goes on. So we've been getting pretty good at it.
All right. So Tyler, playing that run back on that high yellow?
Looks like it.
Looks like it.
Just with soft weight. Just board weight, probably. Maybe hack.
Here we go. And all right, brings another yellow rock into play. However, that stagger now, I'd like to see how much of that yellow rock in the top 8 foot is exposed. Looks like
you can hit it, and then
there's definitely enough there to hit it, and it looks like the red at the top of the 4 foot would stay in. It's whether that yellow one ends up, the one that's shot right, does that drag go into the red? The red isn't going anywhere because of the yellow, and I think you spill that yellow, which is currently shot out of the button, out of the 4 foot.
So maybe if you can get to nose, maybe those 3 yellows go, but if you can't, maybe just the 2. But it would make it a little better.
The 2. I still think yellow remains shot, but there's 2 fewer yellow rocks around.
Yeah, just a shot for damage control here. Maybe even the force if it goes their way.
Now, right now, though, if you think of it, it's hard for Team Moulding to get rid of that red rocks that's at the back of the button.
Yeah, he has to play like a pretty long run for that to happen.
There we saw Lucas Sawiak he motioned with his broom how much of the rock is buried. Looks like about less than a quarter of that rock. Here.
He's playing the intern.
first shot for Peter Hlushak. Skip.
Looks like he's playing a freeze of some sort.
Coming up
Or a
real
tight
wide
guard.
there. Well, it wasn't a tight guard, quite high.
Quite
I don't
high.
know. Of course, we don't have the benefit of hearing what the players are talking about.
So maybe that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
It certainly does make the intern draw a little harder. But there would be a hole for Darren Moulding to play this with a little bit of weight here.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
going to
good.
guess he's probably in that back line-ish
Yeah, I was about
weight.
to say, yeah.
It's back line, maybe hack. I think I think the best he can do is sit 2 here.
Yes. Yeah, that red in the top 4 would prevent any other yellows from being shot.
Yeah.
So
And also, he's not going to get rid of that red one that's on the back of the button. He's just going to move it back a bit. It's going to come off that yellow. Darren Moulding. Looks like he's in that hack sort of range there, hack weight.
Nerping on the broom. It's looking good. He's got a curl.
Oh, and a nice little tap back there, and there you go. Yellow sitting 2.
Perfectly thrown.
Well executed. Looks like there is the potential for yellow on the next shot to raise, to do that same, to hit the rock that Darren just threw. That's in the top 8 foot over on the right side of the screen. And push that in for possibly sit 3. And so that's what Hlushak has to be careful with right now. They're talking about what happens if they hit that yellow one top 8 foot, that if you're looking at the overhead view that would be on the left side of the screen. If they tried to hit that one onto the red, which goes onto the yellow, what's happening with those rocks?
Exactly. How far does that red roll? Does it roll to a bad spot for them, or does it stay where it is? Probably rolls a little bit.
The concern is, can you make it worse for yourself by playing that?
Can you give Darren an easier shot for maybe 4 or 5 here?
And it's always a little tough when you're. Sometimes looks different when you're right at ice level, as to how when you get this cluster of rocks, when you hit it, you don't know if something's going to drag a bit, if it's going to rub off a certain rock. Looks like he's just going to try and guard that one side. I guess Hlushak figures that Moulding has nothing on the, if you're looking from the thrower's perspective, on the right side. So he's just going to block the left, which Moulding clearly has an opportunity for 3 on the left side. And Hlushak is probably saying, I'll give up 2 here.
Quite happily at this point.
Yeah. 2's a bargain at this point. You give up 2 in the first end. It's a reasonable expectation to give up 2 here. Oh, this is going to
chip the guard.
Is it going to?
That's pretty good.
Yep, does the job, blocks the hole. They're going to look. Do we have anything? What could happen?
Will this rock drag to hit the red, to move it, the back red?
So this would be coming with a lot of weight.
Oh yeah.
This. The other option is if you try to run in at that one, if you tried to play a run at can you hurt yourself by playing one of those long guards trying to get into that?
It seems pretty easy to end up getting yourself forced here if you hit it wrong. You could spill one of your yellows.
If you threw a control weight at a long guard, is there any way that you can make it worse for yourself.
Not with control, I don't think so. I think with control, you're not going to be moving those rocks very far.
You're never giving up the steel. The question is, could you move one of yours too far? I think you'd have to get fairly unlucky to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like Kyler's motioning.
Yeah.
Potentially hit that yellow rock on the right side to then.
Now I'm still not sure on what they're calling here. Is he calling the long?
I think he's calling the long yellow.
It looks like he's calling weight at this. Oh, I think he's trying to come through center line and go. He's trying to get rid of a lot of reds here. If he hits this just right. And over the top, and it will, no change there. It will be just the 2 yellow. So, which good way to start the game is taking 2. And Hlushak is probably happy that it was only 2. So, Moulding goes up 2-0 in this opening end of this C semi-elimination game. RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
All right, here we are in number 2 after Team Moulding started the game with a deuce, and Moulding now came a little deeper than they wanted to with their first shot, so sliding to the back of the house. So Hlushak is going to throw up the corner guard. They talked a lot in that first end, and you saw Darren Moulding up there. He had the broom down before that rock even stopped, before Hlushak's rock even stopped, and Evan Kroll, the lead, was sliding out as soon as he can. You can save a few seconds by doing that. Sometimes you can even get your shot off before the timer has a chance to start that clock. So looks like they're going to try and get some of that time back.
The tricky part about that is you have to really be mentally focused to throw the right weight, and we see him slide back to the back 8 again. It comes with a cost sometimes.
Yes,
you don't throw the rock as perfectly as you would have if you had to give yourself 5 more seconds.
It looked like Hlushak called for the draw around this one here. Eric Depker with the draw attempt. Lucas with the sweep.
Looking really good so far.
Yeah. Sahil with the finish here, trying to get it to the tee line or just just above tee line would be great, but get more of the line there.
Yeah.
Really good line.
Perfect spot, just over bird, just by a little bit. It makes it really hard for the dig. But he's gonna try it.
Yeah, he's gonna try it. He has a little bit of room. If he just glances the guard, he'll be okay. Can't remove it yet. Nerpin with
Probably like a 13-second,
Yeah.
like quiet hack weight.
You're just through. They're sweeping it really
Oh,
hard.
it must be like
Looks
back
like
line
boy,
weight.
great sweep in there by Evan Crow. Has he got enough to push it out though?
No, but he has enough to
Move it out
move
for
it
fourth.
off the corner
Yeah,
guard as well.
off the corner guard, and it is fourth shot. So have you talked to the team today? What are they up to today? Like you've decided to come out and do some commentary to help you. I hope this is helping you stay focused or stay loose or whatever it is you need to do. Do you know what the other guys are doing today?
Well, I asked the guys. I was like, "Hey, does somebody want to come commentate with me?" And they said, "No, they're gonna sleep in." It's like
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know. I'm a morning person, so for me, I'm like, I need to get out of the house and not just sit around all day. The 6:30 game's kind of, well, it's good. It's a good time, but I have to look forward to it all day long. So I want to do something. Whereas they were like, okay, let's have a nice sleep in, have relax, enjoy our Saturday. So.
And I know a lot of the team is generally active. You're a distance runner as a hobby, aren't you?
Yeah, I ran a half marathon this summer.
Yeah.
I actually missed a spiel to go do a half marathon because I didn't know the dates.
Oh, and as we see a nice double here by Andrew Nerpin. Moulding now sitting 3. Everything's behind tee though, or off to the side. So still some opportunity for Hlushak as we see the replay here. Big in-turn hit. Kyler Kleibrink with the sore shoulder. Holding it out there. Bouncing the bumpers around too. Some good heat on that. But a freeze opportunity here. Yeah, so the half marathon. So how does the training work in the winter? I'm always curious. Do you run on the icy sidewalks, or what do you do during the winter?
Well, since I go to the UFC, they have a wonderful track in their gym. So what I would do is I measured how far each lap was, and I was like, okay, if I want to run a 10K run, I have to do about 50 laps in the gym.
All right, okay.
So I just did the monotonous running around for like an hour, and then once the weather started clearing up, I just decided, okay, I'm going to park at a train station, and I'm just going to run through Calgary and get to my car.
Okay.
And it was just, sometimes it was a 12K, one time it was an 18K. It was just
nice.
Just doing some fun routes so that I wasn't doing the same run every day, but just incremental, just pick a distance and then try to do a little bit farther next time.
Yeah, the 50 circles I can see getting a little monotonous.
Oh, definitely. I was really, really waiting for spring. I was getting very bored with that.
And a nice little tap back here. So Moulding again is now sitting 4 after Kyler's nice little tap back there. But everything is still behind tee. There's still an opportunity. There's a corner guard. Everything's behind tee. Hlushak still has an opportunity to get a deuce back here. You just kind of need one jam somewhere along the way.
And there's quite a wall of yellows.
Yeah.
So it's pretty likely. Darren Moulding and his team will be pretty precise.
Yeah. Del Rempel here attempting a freeze. You got to be patient when you're playing these kind of ends. And, you can get the yellow rocks build go. Of course, if you end up missing your last shot, sometimes you end up giving up a huge steal.
Yes.
Which could kind of kill the game on you here. But really, if you can hang in there and get that one good freeze, this one's pretty close.
It's good. It's behind the corner guard. And
yeah, we'll have to see if any of it's poking out on the far side.
A little,
It is, but Darren's not taking that on. He's going to play the freeze, and this sort of creates this opportunity here for Hlushak.
If he looks like he's still 4 shots, maybe that's why he's playing the freeze. But it will allow him to probably play another draw, and
Yeah.
there's a lot more of a wall now than before.
This end can go several different ways.
Right
Right
now,
now.
always dangerous to play around the corner guard when you don't have hammer. We'll see if that happens.
He's getting close to that guard. I think he's going to over curl here a little bit.
Yeah, just in the 12.
So just a little tight on the throw there, or the line there. Did he get
He might
it?
have got it.
That's real close. You know what? I think if you're, Hlushak seems to think he might be out counting him. I'm not sure,
I still think,
but I don't. I think you just still got to play. Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
really worry about it too much right now.
I think you just use that as a jammable rock at this point, and just like try to maybe put it in the pocket, or maybe you do try that double to try to bring it into play. That's what I think he's trying to do.
Hlushak with 3 rocks to come here. As Dalrymple throws, hit. Oh, and he's going to roll too far. Chances of that rock coming back into play are extremely low at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to give Moulding an opportunity to sit. We're still not sure whose second shot there, but
yeah, potentially only one here. So
yeah,
he has to think carefully where he wants to put this rock, and he's going to go put it in the pocket, which would definitely eliminate the red from any chance of being counted.
He's trying to avoid a double. He's sitting shot anywhere that doesn't allow for a double is good. For a big curl here. Andrew Nerpin on the carve.
Doing a great job of it. Potentially a little heavy. Did he leave a double? Looks like he may have.
Is there potential to double and separate that a little bit? Do you roll back?
Well, I think you only have to push it out of the 8 foot. So
yeah,
looks like you could play maybe a board weight double and roll to like the back 4.
Looks like you.
Kind of where his broom is sitting right now.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways of doing it. You either try and just scrape by the one that's biting the 8 foot, and you try to get to nose and play the double that way, or you hit it with a softer weight, as you said, and you're just trying to get him out of the 8 foot,
and then that way,
and then roll towards center, and that shouldn't leave a double back because you should roll flat enough, or far enough.
If he noses, Darren's probably throwing a bomb and maybe just making that red double, but it might not go. Yellow is in the way.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Must be getting close because they're kind of on off. Now they're calling for the curl, so they're going for plan B here, the nose, but didn't quite get there close enough. They are shot at the moment.
It's still tricky to get rid of. Yes,
Darren's gonna have to navigate a little bit here because he could end up. It's very easy to jam that, and if he hits it thin, it goes into the other red, and then it could end up coming back. if he ever threw a bomb at it and hit it the wrong way, it could go red onto the side red. The initial red comes back onto the yellow one that's off to the side there on the just behind the tee line. And where does it go? Does it go back onto the other yellow? You could end up getting rid of a lot of yellows
and no reds.
Yeah. I think he's trying to figure out, is there any way I can throw this and somehow, if I miss, could I ever bring 3 into play for Hlushak? Is probably his concern. He's obviously not throwing a lot of weight at whatever it is he's doing. I think he's just trying to push it back, push it to the side and sit 2. Just tap that red one back.
Yeah, and then make
a little bit.
Then make him throw a thin double, perhaps.
Yeah. Sometimes you look at that and you see more ways that you can do things can go wrong on you than right. And so this is why he's not trying to remove that rock. He's just trying to get it out. He
just has to move it an inch.
Yeah.
Looks like with that way he's just throwing the guard, actually. It could just be a high guard.
I don't know if that was the call. Obviously, the players aren't mic'd, but I don't see why he would leave him a free draw here.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Must have been.
I think he just came up really light. I think he was trying to tap it, or if anything, even corner freeze to it. But I don't see why he would have called for the guard here.
Not with Peter Hlushak being shot rock already.
Yeah, and leaving him a free draw here. Still has to make it though. Peter Hlushak attempting the skips deuce here. Almost lost a sweeper on that play. Happens every now and then.
That's right. It happened to me and Brooks. There's a video of it that I wish didn't exist.
Yeah. And there you go.
Quite nicely.
A draw for 2 to
tie it up.
Tie it up. Skipper's deuce here. Hlushak and Moulding tied it 2 in this C semifinal on a Saturday morning at the RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
They have an inevitable blanket.
And number 3 here, after a very patient end by Team Hlushak to get that deuce back. They call up the center line guard.
And then we see Evan Crow throw into the wings, probably a corner guard. So we should see a lot more offense once again.
Yeah. Did he call for the guard, or was this a draw in? Looks like he's called for the guard.
I don't think Evan would be that light.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's a really wide guard out there.
Mm-hmm.
Varick, second shot here after making a successful center line guard. Hlushak would love to get a force here. I mean, they'll take the steal, but I think they would love a force. And a center line guard and a good come around goes a long way in starting to set that up for you here. Must be fairly close. Sweepers haven't done much in terms of weight here, so it's
going to be pretty close.
It's not going to be light, yeah. Just finishing it up.
Probably weight probably came off a little bit
Just
there.
a little
They were
bit,
probably
yeah.
expecting it to be a little deeper.
Yeah, they probably would have liked to have just gotten a little piece of the forefoot, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that. And Darren's not even going to address it right now. He's asked for the corner guard, and he's going to use it right away. It's funny to see how many times people will put up the corner and then they, a couple philosophies. Some people will chase. They want that freeze or a little bump on that second shot. And some people will say, no, I'm going to put up the corner and draw right around it and get that rock into the rings. And then I'll deal with what's in the middle. And there's
exactly. If your second is very good and can make that run back right away, then this strategy is very successful, I find.
But coming up just a little light there. So now we end up with the stacked guards, which could also end up being coming into play.
You know, where are we headed?
That's right. Potentially could be a splittable rock if this end looks to be like a blank setup. You might be able to tap his yellow in, and then the shooter can also roll in for two, potentially.
Has a guard, so we got a lot of guards in play this end, so we'll see. Do we see the big hit coming?
That's right. Nervin loves these.
Yeah, makes a lot of them too, so
should see all three reds go here if he hits it really well. Just like that. And he rolls for the corner, two corner guards.
So, yeah, we've got lots of corner guards now. This changes things a little bit, but that one that's closest to center is going to be the one that Hlushak kind of focuses on there. I think at the moment, Peter's going to want to stay away from that corner, play away from there as much as he can.
Mm-hmm. With three guards there, it's going to be pretty hard to. At least he's running back his own red if Darren does wrap around on the right side.
And Lucas with the draw here. Looks like a pretty good one.
Play the run back, even though you probably can see a small piece of it. He's running back his own color here, so he can stick it, and that'll be really good for him. Oh, get the roll.
Oh. The roll, and what a great shot that is.
That changes the end.
Yeah,
all the way around.
Half buried. Lushak's gonna have to address that.
Two excellent shots from the second.
You said he likes to play these shots, didn't you?
Oh yeah, played against him 3 times, and you might think you have the perfect setup as a lead, and then it's gone, and you're like, well, That's a shame.
Throwing a bit of weight at this. They got to go hard to get by this guard, or they buy it. Oh, just feathers it, and it goes through. And that soft hit, and now this is going to give Darren the opportunity to split the house. He's probably going to go behind that one for now. And there's still potential to drop play over to that as you look head on here to the right side of that sheet.
Yeah, if this gets perfectly buried, Hlushak probably will hit the open rock, and then that might give Darren the chance to hit and roll under the guards, and all of a sudden he might have 2 rocks buried. Essentially a 3-ender in the mix now if everything goes well.
And there, split house.
Perfectly placed, no double.
No doubles available. Hlushak's going to take the easy one here. Doesn't want to get buried here. We've seen 2 ends of deuces, so one more deuce probably isn't going to be too bad. You can get your deuce back. Don't want to give up a 3.
Once again, lots of curl in the spot.
It's and rolls a little closer, ends up being shot. Darren's going to try and hit and roll. And ask Kyler for the hit and roll. If he can roll behind cover, it would be great. But even just rolling, as long as there's no double set up, sitting 2 with no double is the ultimate goal here for Team Moulding. The being sitting 2 with both rocks behind cover is sort of the bonus. Might roll a little too far, and it's going to roll out. So leaving just the 1 rock. Not a gimme takeout here by any means. You get to play it with quiet weight or play the freeze.
Looks to be half open, so
yeah, there's enough with the height of that guard and the amount of rock that's exposed. There's definitely enough room to get to it, but it is, you do have to be precise. You got to think about your line selection here. Think about your weight selection. How have you guys been? Obviously, you've been reading the ice well, but there's always you always have a moment when something catches you off guard. How have you guys been managing the ice this week? How have you been finding it? And you don't have to worry about me being on the ice crew. You can speak honestly about that.
It's been a lot of just good communication about the shot. We're just making sure that we're discussing how the throw was, discussing how we saw it as we were sweeping it, so we can make sure that maybe we got a little bit on a wide path, and maybe that was why we missed a shot, or maybe it was just
as we see this come around here, and it made great contact, but are they going to get it far enough?
But it's close.
I don't know. I think yellow's still shot.
Looks like it, yeah.
They just didn't hit it hard enough. So,
yeah, what we've noticed is that the 8-foot drop path to the button is usually the fastest in the first couple ends, and that center line path is usually pretty slow for the first few ends. So that's probably what happened here. Is in the third end, usually on club ice, the center line paths are pretty quick, but on the arena ice, it's not keening up as fast as club curlers are used to. So that's been a big adjustment, is just making sure we're throwing a little heavier weight even in this third and fourth end in the center line paths.
So even though it's second shot, Darren's not comfortable with that rock being there, so he's going to attempt a little hit and roll. And this time he has the luxury of throwing a little more weight than Peter Hlushak had, because he's not trying to get to the nose of this and stay buried. He actually wants to roll away. Oh, but he hits the guard.
But he will roll into the house.
And he's going to roll.
Oh, no.
Doesn't manage to get the roll in. So Hlushak with an opportunity here, although
he still has to make the run back.
Yeah,
here.
and the guard that Darren hit, it actually goes to the side there, so it makes that in-turn approach at it. It takes that away, or it makes it definitely a little trickier.
Yeah, the shot's probably just a nice control weight hit on that red, and make sure you keep both rocks around and get the force.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect would just probably be hair on the center line side.
You also got to be careful. Darren Moulding might take on the double and blank if he sets it up.
He will definitely try to be playing the double here. I mean, I would put money on it that he'd be playing the double if this shot is made. Hlushak got into the hack really quick. Must feel pretty confident about this. Must be close here. Makes contact, and there you go. And now, there's definitely the double for the blank there. If you're making the double, you are rolling out. They're sizing it up here. They're also looking if does a nose hit get you shot.
It looks like it. Oh, it doesn't.
You actually
looks like you'd have to roll a little bit.
I don't think he could have made that double really much better. Based on how those rocks look. So I think he's confident that a nose hit will get him shot. I'm not. It's close.
These are always tough.
Kyler's having another look there. He wants to make sure.
I think they're going to try for the roll just to be safe. But
yeah, you probably want to roll just quarter rock. Darren not throwing a lot of weight at this. Want something that the sweepers can manage. Looking like they're trying to hit it a hair on that high side there.
That makes no mistake.
And he does it successfully. So Team Moulding forced to 1 here to go up 3-2 after 3 ends here in this C semifinal.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
we are, and number 4, after Hlushak was successful in forcing Darren Moulding to 1. Darren starts off at number 4 with the tight center line guard.
And once again, we see the corner guard being put up.
Yeah, we've seen both teams do that now. It's gone each way.
Mm-hmm. Normally, we see a lot of teams draw around that center guard, and we may have only seen that in the first end.
Yeah. And what a first end that was. That brought a lot of rocks into play.
Maybe that's why they are not doing that anymore.
Yeah. It is quite interesting with, having, if you can get your guards, on the center line set up, you can bring the potential for a lot of scoring into play. We saw that in your game last night. Like you guys, against Van Amsterdam got off to a really good lead as we see this draw come in right on the tee line. We're probably going to actually expose itself a little on the other side, and Hlushak will try and draw to it. You guys got off to a big lead, but there were definitely a few ends there where Van Amsterdam was setting up that potential. You saw that, you'd get late into the end and it was like, one miss out of you guys could have brought like a 3 into play or something and got that game really close.
Yeah, well, with the 5 rock rule, they throw up those double corners and then we decided to peel the guards instead of chasing some of those rocks in the house, and every time you have 2 corner guards and you leave one up, it brings in the potential. And then they played fantastic. They made the freezes perfectly, and then we were running short on time because it was a lot of thinking that game. So sometimes we just had to make a call, and then we didn't have the full time to figure out the angles. But yeah, with that 5 rock rule and all those guards, you can never count out a big score in an end.
Yeah. And a good come around there by Varick. Get top 4 and sit right in front of that yellow rock. Yeah, it was interesting to see. Even though you guys had a lead, there was, I believe it was the 9th end, where there was a long discussion. The whole team was kind of looking at some angles and trying to figure out, we got to make sure we don't make this worse for us when you make the shot. And it worked out for you guys. But it's just that the fact that there is, after, even though you had a 6-point lead early, you can have that pressure still put on you. Like you just can't get complacent. And
no, you have to, when they're putting their freezes perfectly, and then you can't really hit them out. So all of a sudden they build up, and we had to make that triple in the 6th end, and that was a big shot, but certainly that was nervous. I was like, oh, if we miss that, all of a sudden it's a 2-point game, and that came out of nowhere. So yeah, high stress is. I never felt safe in that game.
Moulding, after placing another guard here, Hlushak's gonna, attempt to come around here. I think they want to just sit in front of that red that they have and potentially set up a run back situation for later, or are they trying to just displace what's on there? Okay, so they end up splitting here. That's not what they wanted, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they really liked having their red on top of the yellows. Now that they lost that, Darren probably could draw into the pocket they created, or
he's got a couple of options there because those his yellow guards up there are lined up right now to go right onto that red. They don't even have to play the one that's on the button if should they elect not to do it. They could play the freeze and still take advantage of that lineup.
And I like that he's calling that. I think the freeze here is definitely going to benefit them a lot this end, and play the Hlushak in a cleanup mode. Definitely will take play away from that corner guard, so that's what they want this end, play around the center.
for those of you just joining us, this is the C semifinal, one of the C semifinals on the men's side. We only have 2 sheets out there on the ice this morning. Other game is Jakes and Tau. Teams must win to stay in. As they tap that Hlushak rock back, it does look like it hangs on, just as a little bit of a biter there. We'll see if that ever comes into play. And Hlushak calling on Lucas here for the run back. Trying to see how many yellow rocks he can get rid of here. Okay,
That's pretty good outcome.
That's pretty good. That one that's on the side, though, it is out counting the back red, so that's significant for Darren there. So, but a pretty good reconfiguration there by Lucas Sawiak. Yeah,
simplifies the end a lot. Team Hlushak definitely wanting to make sure they score this end, so that makes this a lot easier.
Yeah, with those rocks, we're now that we're in the second half of the end and got quite a scattering of rocks. Not impossible, but I'm going to say that the blank is unlikely this end. I think we're going to see a score here. If I was putting my money down right now, Ethan, I'd be saying someone's going to score a point this end, and we won't see a blank.
I think so, unless we see a series of doubles and triples.
Yeah, or a couple of rollouts. There we see a nice hit and roll. So Moulding sitting 2 after Kyler's hit and roll there, and Hlushak calling for a hit and roll back, trying to hit and roll in front of that yellow. Sahil Dalrymple here. It's like a control-ish kind of weight, nothing too big. Usually you like something that sweepers can manage a little bit.
Exactly. You see sweepers trying to curl peel weight shots, and it's like, you guys,
yeah,
you're doing minimal. So
yeah,
more for But that was a really nice hit and roll.
Really nice hit and roll. Frozen. Kind of just would have probably been preferred to be frozen on the other side of nose there, but quite good nonetheless. Calling for a hit here. This is also going to be a control. I think
looks like way lighter than what
it is lighter. Yeah, this looks more like boardish.
Even
not even. This is
back line as it comes down.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet here. Yeah, that was just probably barely just through 8. Yeah,
he was probably thinking,
he's trying to save. He was trying to save the back one.
Just in case.
The call there. I thought he was just calling for to get rid of it, but now there's you see those two with the yellow back 12 and side 12. Highly unlikely that red biter is going to come back into play, but we have seen stranger things happen. We're just getting late in the end here. Issa Hill goes to throw his last one.
Probably looking to do something very similar. Just tap that red to the back 8 and keep it around for third shot, and stay connected on that yellow to have it be frozen yourself. He's just wide
there and just rolls a little far. Just a reminder, if you're in the greater Okotoks area, we have draws going on at 1:30 and 6:30 tonight. Tickets available at the door, or you can watch us as we'll be streaming all games. And some of you will be fortunate enough to get some commentary during those games. Volume is optional on those. Here we have Darren Moulding trying to come around, and rubs a guard again.
Second time.
Yeah, and they didn't pick up on that early. The sweepers didn't. They did sweep it, but that wasn't like a hard out of the hand. They kind of they laid off there for a bit.
So potentially,
and then actually
a
brief curl, and then that was a mismanaged line call there.
That's the second time he's done that with this first rock. Perhaps the first rock curling a little more, or maybe a second rock straighter.
I'm still trying to determine which is more frustrating, when you oversweep a rock to hold it straight, or when you oversweep it to curl.
I think it's more frustrating to oversweep it to curl.
Yeah. I always find that psychologically that's always a tougher one.
It's like you made the shot.
Yeah.
And then you look a little dumber, I think.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Yeah. And also, as a sweeper, it's the same thing. I mean, the result is the same. It's a miss, but if your sweepers undersweep versus oversweeping a rock for distance, somehow oversweeping it feels worse, because it's like the shot was made if you did nothing.
Yeah.
Rather than you did nothing and the shot was missed. It's the same result on the score sheet, but one feels worse than the other.
Mm.
So Hlushak
with again, just quiet wait.
Opportunity here.
Nice draw.
Sitting 2. I think he just probably bumped that back a little farther than he had hoped.
I think the double might be there.
I would say it is there.
Keep trying to think of the angle of right he has to throw, but I think it's there. I think it looks pretty natural. Probably just need a little more curl there from Hlushak's first.
Well, I think he was just a tad heavy, because he would have liked to keep that red in a position where the double shoots the top one into the side, the side yellow, and it doesn't do that right now. So Moulding not throwing big weight at this.
No, I thought he'd throw a 9.5 or heavier.
No.
But Nerpin's on the broom.
Yeah, they're not calling for this one to carve here.
It's looking good so far. An oversweep, actually.
Yeah, and it looks like the red is second shot, which is going to give Hlushak
a nose hit here for 2 in the 4th.
You always want to make sure you get these right.
Yeah.
We're second.
Exactly. Do you have to play a double?
Here it doesn't. Oh, it looks, now that they zoomed in a bit, it looks closer. So that shadow from that red rock is a little deceiving. But they've got to make up their mind. I still can't tell. I think it's red.
I think you're right. I think it is red.
If I had to place a bet, it would be a small one on red.
I think so hard to tell.
Yeah. There it looked, on that particular shot, it looks a lot like red. A little bit of shakiness on the camera there. Probably something just kicked into some kind of ventilation or something. Kicked a fan or some piece of equipment in. What we got here? We got the hit.
And he makes no mistake.
And they're going to...
Will they measure?
Going to have I'm going to guess that the sticks are going to come out here.
No, he agrees.
No. Yep, he agrees. So Hlushak gets a deuce here to go up 1 after 4 ends, and Darren's going to be down 1 with playing end number 5 when we come back.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
All right, here we are. End number 5. After Hlushak managed to manufacture a deuce there.
It's been a very exciting game so far.
Yeah.
This looks to be the first simple end we've seen.
Yeah. And that spins back in. So Hlushak drawing in, going button, and Darren Moulding deciding not to play the guard on that one, instead going to hit it. Hits and rolls and stays on for a biter on the side. So
more so interesting that Team Hlushak decided to go in there. I thought they would have tried hard for the force in the 5th end.
Yeah.
Seemed to be content letting Darren have the hammer in the 6th.
Yeah, it seems like we unless we get a miss here, we're probably going to be in for a little bit of a.
He may throw the corner now.
And there's the miss. So now we're going to get the corner, the delayed corner, and we'll get we might get some activity happening here.
A high corner guard, but still does the job. And we'll see Team Hlushak just throw into the top 4, ignoring the guard, and we'll see the teams try to hit and roll around this guard probably for the rest of the end, and it'll be interesting to see if one of them finally makes it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just biting.
Just biting. So you see Darren hit that. No need to keep that around.
Looks like he's going to nose it, actually. Interesting that he called for the nose hit instead of trying to roll.
Yeah.
Allows Hlushak to play the draw here.
Allows him to play the draw, but it does leave that yellow rock in it's splittable.
Splittable. He can make the nose run back.
It kind of creates the option that if if Darren ends up throwing to an empty house, he'll have an option for split. Whereas if he rolled in, Hlushak's probably playing the hit on that because he's just going to keep the end conservative. So, I mean, he still could have hit this, Hlushak, but we'll see.
Especially if he goes back house, we might see Darren play the freeze here. We'll have an interesting end out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yep. We've manufactured a complicated end out of what appeared to be a blank.
Yeah. And that's just the difference between Team Moulding deciding to roll into the rings versus the nose hit and trying to and keeping that guard. This now generates some activity. I'm going to guess that Darren is probably fine with the 2. He's probably thinking 2 or blank the whole end, right?
And he just made the decision early that we're going to go for the 2 instead of the blank now.
Yeah. And so now we have a good come around there, but it is behind the tee. We're going to see another come around. Come around attempt here.
Going to be a little heavy and going to be a lot heavy actually, but it'll stick around.
It will stick around. Not the shot they wanted, but we'll see if that ends up coming into play there. This does give Darren a chance to
pretty great chance here to sit 2.
To sit 2 behind a guard
with backing.
And
Hlushak is running back Moulding's guard.
Yeah.
Overall, a pretty nice
sit
situation.
2 if you can sit 2 behind a guard with backing and hammer, usually a favorable position, but this shot does need to be made. Sweepers are just watching it right now. Evan Crow trying to get this to curl a little bit.
Looks like weight's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's got the hard lean going on there. So hope he doesn't break another broom. He was kind of made the memes there earlier this season with his leaning hard on a broom and breaking it and like luckily not getting severely injured in the process of doing so.
I saw it. He was holding his side. He was definitely feeling it. But
he was a little tender after that. But one of the risks you take being such a beast of a sweeper, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's what they always tell you. Get up on your toes so if the broom breaks, you face plant.
Yeah. I don't have that concern. Just guard. The run back misses everything there, so Aaron's going to replace it. Always feels a little weird when you have hammer and you're calling for that center line or just off center line guard.
Absolutely.
It feels a little weird, but it is. I don't think there's a better shot out there right now for them.
No, not with this setup. Like I don't know if they throw the guard on their next one, but I think for this one, it's the right call. He looks like he's heavy though, so I think he's playing the freeze now. Definitely not the weight they were looking for there. Leaves Hlushak a pretty makeable double, actually, to then sit frozen on top of their yellow.
And here we have an opportunity
to change the end once again.
Yeah. Trying to figure out which one's he trying to hit first? Is he trying to...
I think the center line one on the button. Hit that one first and then hit the top yellow. You should sit frozen on the back 4-foot yellow.
Yeah. I don't know where the back yellow, does that just go right onto red, or does it
know if
spill off
moves.
it? Does it spill off it at all?
It might just sit there.
Must move it. Oh, just hit that one a little too fat. Needed
to just move that yellow. This will give Darren the chance to 3 again.
Darren just wanting to hit that little off nose and get it to roll onto the yellows.
Make himself a yellow line, and you could probably only get rid of 1. Going hard for the line here. Has to be on the high side.
And a great hit and roll there. That is going to be tough to get rid of more than 1 yellow rock there.
He's going to have to throw this very hard. There might be a chance to get rid of definitely the top one.
I don't see how you get rid of another one.
It's like the back one always goes onto the red. The middle one squirts to the left, and then the top one will go to the right.
I don't think it squirts.
But I don't
out,
think
though.
it goes far enough.
Yeah, I don't think it goes out.
I think Darren threw that just absolutely perfectly. What a great result.
Oof, they motioned for a draw to the button. That's
gutsy. I don't really, unless you throw it perfectly.
I don't think Darren could have rolled it to a better spot, because he just stayed on the center line side of that. You throw anything, you're going. And I think this is where I think he's just saying, let's get rid of 1 and make sure it's
maybe
3.
Maybe we get lucky and
hope for a miss, but a 3.
Yeah,
we'll go down to with in 6. Let's make sure it's not 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And what looked like it could be an uneventful end.
It's all very exciting now.
Yeah.
Sweepers have yet to touch this rock.
Gotta hit it though.
Gotta hit something.
And gets it out. Yep. And with a free draw for 3, Darren Moulding, he's going to have the backing. Always nice when you got some backing to throw to.
Exactly. Always nice as a sweeper too. Your skip will throw it like back 8. You just have to clean it in.
You always like when you get to that point, you got backing, and then when the vice there tells you you can't hurt it.
Yes.
You just go. You know that.
It's just mentally it's freeing. You just get to sweep it and get it there.
Looks like no miss here. So Darren Moulding successful in his draw for 3. Team Moulding goes up 6-4 at the half. And we'll be back after this break.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus and nurturing.
Yes. Whoa. Oh boy.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
And here we are during the fifth end break here. And as we look over to the other C semifinal that's happening, Jakes versus Tau. And you can see Jakes is up 3 with hammer. Well, that hammer's in the wrong spot there. Sorry. They can't score 2 and still give you a hammer. So they are up 3 without hammer over Tau and playing in end number 6. And that is an elimination game.
Interesting to note is that Jake's got 2 steals of 2 to start the game off. So must be another very entertaining game over there.
Yeah.
Both teams good for time. Both teams have over 18 minutes, so maybe actually probably a little short. 19 minutes is kind of the halfway mark. So
interesting to see how the pace will maintain here.
Hlushak will have to be a little faster, just a little bit. Nothing to worry about.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes, he's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Stir me, but who's that? Oh, that's what's her name from Grave? Oh, and here we are, back starting off the second half.
Hlushak with the hammer, down 2. Probably looking to throw up that corner guard. And just a reminder that every 5th end break, they always run the mop, so the speed of the ice usually gets a little bit quicker. So, oh, maybe they were just thrown to the wing, actually.
Yeah, we see the other yellow in the back of the house. So I think both both teams got a little fooled. There's that 6th end. Oh, it often happens. They just give it that mop just to help get some of that moisture off the ice, clean up any debris that may have accumulated on there. And it just gives you that little bit of a buff. It's almost as if you're throwing on a rock you're throwing a rock that's got a clean already done to it, a hard clean already done to it. So
I personally really like the mop.
I do too.
I think it's a wonderful. I don't know. It kind of makes the sixth end just feel a little fresher.
Yeah.
Kind of resets the ice. So I like it, and it's a. Sometimes it gives you a 17-second draw to the top four if you're playing in Victoria, because I've thrown. So here's for fun draws like that.
And here's a better place corner guard. Moulding will call for one in the rings. Looks like he wants it just on the other side of center. Just take away any kind of any possibility of being able to roll and stay above T line behind the guard.
Very, very similar setup to what we just saw in the fifth end. So we'll see how this one shapes up. Oh, and again, we're going back on the T line just a little bit. Team's still getting used to the new draw speed. And again, another heavy rock.
Yeah, just sliding. Are they going to get it to?
It will not stay.
Slides outside of the ring. So
away the corner's going to go, and probably the yellow double will be next. And there we see Darren just like lifting the rock up over those rocks, carrying.
Yeah.
Don't see that too often.
Yeah, going out of bounds there on that one. Lucas seeing if he can dial the weight in here.
Trying to make that freeze onto the rock in the back forward.
Got to be a little careful here. I mean, Darren might not be too concerned about it, but just with the way those rocks are kind of lined up, you hit the red one, it could go on to the yellow, which goes on to the back yellow. Could get rid of both yellows, but Darren might not mind that. Actually, that may actually be what he wants.
I think I would be okay with the blank here. I always like
if you're Darren.
If you're Darren, yeah, make a Hlushak blank in the sixth, and then try to force him in the seventh. So then he would get hammer in the eighth. That would be a pretty good outcome.
And bounces around a lot of rocks there, but picks the red one off clean.
Yeah, that's one less rock you have to worry about now. Yeah, you never know if someone tries to freeze to those rocks that are just inside the house, and somehow you get points out of them sometimes. See the freeze attempt once again. Should be a little closer this time. Nicely done.
Nice pick there.
And now we're going to see the transition from trying to get a deuce to just accepting the blank.
Yeah. Don't want to end up being forced.
No, that would be probably the worst outcome for Team Hlushak here.
The sweepers aren't touching this one.
And it didn't need to.
Yep. All right. Do you freeze to that one that's just clinging on there? Or just off the rings, I should say?
Yeah, I think so.
Just to make your hit a little trickier.
Make Hlushak throw in a new path, and sometimes you don't know what it's going to do out there that wide.
Yep. Could get it to rattle off that one that's just outside of the rings. It rolls back into the rings, and
you have a force.
Yeah, set up the potential force. Here we have former Brier champion attempting a freeze out a rock that's just outside of the rings. He's got great weight.
There's a little too much ice perhaps, but it's in a decent spot. That's to think about it at least.
And looking to hit. Get that yellow one away. I'm not sure if he's hoping to roll on to the other yellow one or if he just wants to get out. He's getting out pretty wide here.
Oh, he is very wide.
Oh,
well, that is he Shaw Rock though?
Kind of looks like he is. Well, Darren's he's put the broom down right away.
He is Shaw Rock.
Yeah,
that was probably a better shot than he called. But yeah, he's just gonna make the peel here and clear everything out of the house. And the arm swing, love to see it.
Yeah. Maybe no lack of weight on this one. And this is going to make Peter Hlushak's shot quite simple.
Just throw it through.
And so we're going to have a blank end here, end number 6. And Moulding will retain a 2-point lead heading as we start end number 7.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
that. And we're live back in the 7th end. Team Hlushak with the hammer once again. With Barrick throwing the lead rocks.
Barrick Depker playing the corner guard. Sweepers gave it a couple strokes, but now we're just walking beside it. And a well-placed corner. Moulding electing to, excuse me, draw in on that first one. Now we'll play the guard. Absolutely no need to play a guard on the first shot for Moulding because there's no way that Hlushak is going to play a hit on that. So
it'd be pretty. Oh, you could blank, but it's
I don't
not
think you would start.
advisable.
Yeah, I don't think you would start
No.
your end that way.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the classic deuce force deuce and you win the game kind of mentality, but sometimes it's just nicer to get that deuce in the 7th.
Moulding coming in twice here. Because I think the call was for the guard though.
Yeah,
And
or
that
top 12.
Yeah, and
Might
that
have
just
been.
kind of.
But that's still
slid in.
not a bad place for that rock to be. We'll see probably the double and roll here.
Yeah.
If he stays on nose, that's also not too bad considering what those rocks are.
Sawiak having to carve that, and no, that's a flash, and that's gonna make it tough now. I think Moulding is looking at, definitely wants the guard right now. I don't even think you need to come too deep on this one.
No, you could be around the new Holland logo, and that would be pretty good.
Yeah, the only concern with coming deep is if you ever left it in a position where they could hit and roll in.
Exactly.
I think you want it just far enough that you don't allow for
the board weight chase.
And from our vantage point here, I think we can see some teams, some of our playoff teams already practicing. They're using the curling club facilities, separate from the arena these games are being played on. On the women's side, we've got both of the playoff teams. Grey Withers practicing on one sheet and Spearmade practicing right next to them. Sure, they probably would have preferred to have a sheet separation so they're not all hearing each other, but
exactly.
Yeah. But that's how it goes. You just get assigned your sheet, and here they are practicing, getting ready for tonight's big top bracket game of the Page playoff. Each of those teams will still have a life, as will your team as you play Kevin Cooey tonight.
Yeah, there's just something special about knowing that you'll have a second chance at getting back to that final, even if the first game doesn't go your way.
2 cracks at a final you'll have tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it means everything being the 1-2 game.
Evan Crow with the carve.
Very nice draw there. Yeah. Team Moulding. All right, now we'll see that backline tap weight.
Interesting. I wasn't sure if they were going to play one more run back attempt after they just made one, Team Hlushak, or they got they got 2 of the yellow rocks out of there. And this time they would have been running back their own, but maybe they want to get one in there first and then look at a run back later.
That's what I was thinking. If you make this really good, put it right on the nose, then that might help set up.
They did make this one really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it'd be tricky to get rid of that red rock for now.
Mm-hmm. And do we just peel?
Peel his own center guard.
So this is all also kind of interesting. Here you have a couple ends ago we saw Darren with the hammer calling for the guard near center, and now he doesn't have hammer and is looking at peeling his opponent's rock, which is near center, but that's just how it's not your curling 101, but this is a little more advanced strategy here, and that's the case. Although they've changed their mind here, it looks like they're playing. I think the call was for a freeze.
I think so. It's the corner freeze.
Yeah.
Try to make that red rock unusable for Team Hlushak. Needing some encouragement to get over. Ends up putting Team Hlushak as the shot rock. Still hard to get rid of it with that center guard blocking the right side, which is the natural side for Team Moulding to hit it to get rid of it. So that red rock's probably gonna stay there for a while.
Yeah, we'll be around for a little bit.
Let's play another like back ace.
Yeah, I think if they can cross the face on this,
yeah,
just get that. I think even if they clip the red on the way by, they just don't want to set up. They don't want to leave this yellow rock beside the red so that Darren has an in off it. Let's see where it goes, and then you want to. Got to cross the face enough, and you'd like to get this yellow rock behind T if you could.
And it's gonna hit in the right spot.
Yeah,
He might have been just good enough there. Well, no,
yeah, that's why.
Yeah, the other side.
See, what he would have liked is it just if he could cross the face a little bit more, and what that does is it sends the yellow rock. It wouldn't have hit the red rock as thick. It would have been a little farther back, and then that's sort of where they were hoping for. Not only that, with how much that red rock is buried under the red guard, it's going to be hard for Hlushak to use it unless he's looking at a double run there.
I mean, Kyler Clybring has to stick this though. Well, I think he's throwing the right way here for sure. He will stick this.
Yeah, he's just trying to hit like an inch of that.
Yeah,
yellow rock.
You
You
see those all the time where you throw a lot of weight and you hit it, and then it rolls out like that. But
that's okay. But I think Hlushak's got to take advantage of that and try and draw around, or
he could make since that red rock's so buried, he could just make the triple and. He'd be buried behind that center guard, and he'd be looking pretty good.
Yeah, I guess there is enough action that he can take that back one.
The triple looks pretty natural.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that middle one though. There is enough action on these, enough liveliness to that back one. The one that's in the back of the forefront. I'm not sure where it goes.
That's true. He just uses it out of the 8 foot though.
Yeah, good point. Good point. He doesn't need to get it. No,
but
that stays in though.
He's a shooter, so it's not altogether bad.
Yeah, two different approaches there. Darren looks at the one that rolled to the side there, even though it's fourth shot. You get rid of it, it's never going to come back into play. Kyler saying, hey, how about if we come in here? Which is, and they're calling it time.
It's a pretty important decision, I think.
Well, the thing is, if Darren hits the one on the side that he originally called, Hlushak is probably playing the shot that Kyler motioned.
Yeah, he'd be playing the draw for sure.
So
it's almost one of those scenarios where you kind of have to beat your opponent in there because you know what he's doing, so you have to do it first. And if he makes it good, he'd be Hlushak obviously wouldn't have the same draw. So
Just a reminder, we have a draw at 1:30. There'll be 4 games on, and we'll be streaming all 4 of those 1:30 games. Those are all going to be the C qualifiers, 2 men's, 2 women's. So the winners of this game will move on. And the winners of that 1:30 game will play at 6:30 in the Page playoff. They'll be in the bottom bracket. Top brackets have already been established. Ethan will be playing in that game on Team Parent. Low battery. Darren Moulding attempting the draw here. Sweeper staying close. Here they come. And doesn't quite get to where they want it to, but it's still very effective because Moulding sitting 3 does block the path for Hlushak. Hlushak may have to try and clear this out in order for it to be effective for later. We just have to do some clearing out here so that he has a shot on his last one. Are they looking at the double run here?
I think so.
If you make it.
If you make it,
Not a lot of margin of error on this one, though.
Well, you'll have 3 reds in the house, and you'll be first, third, and fourth.
Well, I think if he makes this, he's doubling off those back ones.
Yes.
Hlushak.
So just looking like it'll be the peel.
Oh, it's just going to be the peel. I don't know, do you ever just replace that guard that was just there?
With that, with that red guard, it blocks off the in-turn draw, and then that yellow rock that Darren just threw blocks off the out-turn draw. So the guard would be pretty good here with
So they're talking about
3 already.
The tap here, if they tap it.
Well, at the moment, Peter Hlushak would always have the red tap, no matter really what Darren does. Interesting situation for sure. No matter what he does, he'll get the force, and he's probably trying to figure out how to get the steal here.
Another lengthy conversation taking place here. They've already used their timeout this end, so.
If you can, right where Nerpin put the broom, if you can just get to the low side of that top 8-foot yellow, you can get in the way of the red tap, and you'd be sitting 4.
Yeah, Hlushak's going to be in a position here where he's going to be in a must-make situation, or it's going to be game over.
Mm-hmm. Well, line's looking pretty good for this rock. Weight looks perfect.
I think that's exactly what they wanted to do there.
Probably wanted a little more curl, actually, just
a little more. But
the red tap is still there, but it's still a must make.
Yeah,
this is a hit. This is a shot against 4.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 4.
It's close again,
yeah,
but it looks like it's
pretty,
4.
Yeah, you move it an inch, you're cutting them down to 3. Cutting them down to 3 is not. It's not the goal
No.
there. Oh, he's doing
gonna
the
play
draw.
the draw.
He thinks he's got enough room there.
It'll be tight.
I think he does. But there's not. It's like you said. Yeah, there's not much to spare there.
No, if he's ever wide, he's on the guard, so he has to throw this perfectly.
Well, and if he's on narrow, he's on his red.
Yeah, it's a tough port to navigate.
Yeah. Hlushak with a must-draw situation here. Needs to make this, or it's going to be a pretty big hill decline. Sweepers seem to think it's close here. Starting to curl, though. They got to go to get by that one in the top of the rings there.
It looks like he threw it great. It's by.
And what a great draw. A clutch.
Amazing.
Game saver by Hlushak to pull within 1 of Darren Moulding after 7 ends here in this C semifinal.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Yeah. Alrighty, welcome back. We're in the 8th end. Team Moulding back with the hammer. The score is 6-5, 1 point game. So far, we've seen pretty open play with just one yellow rock in the top 12 foot. No corner guards up yet. Team Hlushak probably came heavy with their first guard, which is probably why we have the setup that we do. Team Moulding more than happy to play the hit there just to keep the end clean and simple. And just an update for you guys, the Team Jakes versus Team Tao game, the score is tied 6-6. Team Tao with a 2-point steal in the 7th end to tie it up. And there we see Moulding making a great draw to the tee line there behind the guard.
So, Team Hlushak hanging on here. They're facing a potential game-ending end there in the 7th. And great draw, great managed shot. Sweepers judged
Great team
it well.
shot, great line call.
Good line call. That's you got to get the whole team involved on that. And here we have a nice little tap back here.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed. Put that rock in the back house. And try to find a way to get a couple of rocks in the 4-foot to make Darren look at a few.
Once again, we have Andrew Nerpin being asked to play this. I think it was a run back and not a straight peel.
I think he's playing a straight peel.
Oh, it is a straight peel. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, okay. Based on the way they reacted to
Nonchalantly
that,
just clean the rock.
So, for the while, Hlushak is just going to replace that.
Yep, the next series of rocks, probably till maybe thirds first, will probably just be guards. So, as Team Hlushak just looks to reduce the amount of rocks that Moulding has.
Lucas Sawiak here with the guard attempt.
Coming in a
Barrick
little
and
deep.
Hill judging that well, just a little deeper than they want, but not bad. I mean,
It gives Moulding the opportunity to play the rough back since it is shorter this time.
Andrew Nerpin throwing the opposite turn this time.
It's close.
Bang, 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 and
Oh.
moves a lot of rocks around. No guards, but Hlushak remains shot. And we'll just continue to guard. Probably going to see a couple more guards here. On third, Dalrymple's first shot. Barrick and Lucas judging this. They don't seem concerned about the weight. Or at least they don't think it needs to be swept. They're probably a little concerned because it's sliding in, but no lack of weight there. And this gives a double opportunity if made well. Moulding would sit 2. Tyler Kleibrink. Nose might get it. You may just have to cross nose a tiny bit. Yeah. He had a really strong set there, and they're carving this right away. He really got out on this one. I know a lot of these guys are setting their rocks, but that one was just a little more than they wanted to, I think. And you could tell right away. Evan was carving that right away. So
yeah.
So
very good outcome for Team Hlushak. Now they have something going. They're sitting 2.
Sitting 2. Both are behind the house, but there is but you can't be too choosy here about where your rocks sit. You just need to try and keep the pressure on Moulding at the time. At this time.
Yep, weight looks a lot better on this center guard attempt.
Hlushak
Try to get the line right.
Yeah.
And it did. Great sweep.
Hlushak would love a steal. They would settle for a force, but they would really love a steal. That would kind of help to balance things out, not just in the score, but it would give them an opportunity to force and be one down with coming home.
And just build some momentum.
Yeah. They do not want to give up a deuce, though. That's for sure. Much cleaner looking release out of Kyler on that one. Andrew Nerpin sweeping a little bit for. I think he's doing it for the distance. There's Evan Crow.
Now it's got a curl. Well managed rock. It is behind the tee, which will give Team Hlushak the chance to freeze.
Yep, gonna have to try and follow it down. Could end up with a nice little cluster here again in the forefoot. Seen a few of these ends. He's coming at it the other way. There's definitely the room there to get to
it gives him the better angle if he might not get shot if he freezes with the intern.
Cannot afford to be deep here, though.
No, then Darren Moulding will have the chance just to draw on top and sit two.
Peter Hlushak's first rock here without hammer in the 8th end. Eric Depker on it right away. Just giving it like a hard clean or a light sweep. Now going at it a little bit. Kasawiak helping a little bit there too. It's got to be close when they're doing it like this. They're off it now. Kind of close, and then they're right off it, and it just is going to be a little bit deep. Oh, that's not that.
No, that needed.
As we said, didn't want to be deep there, and that's almost as bad as you can place it.
He could have been top 4 right where Darren's talking about, and that would have been much better.
I'm a little surprised that they. You know what? I'm going to guess that the sweeper didn't think it was as deep as it was because they actually brushed it a bit, and there was never an attempt to try and carve that.
No, I think they thought it was T-line out of his hand, and they were just trying to do the plow just to maintain the speed.
Yeah, we don't have the benefit of hearing what they're calling, but I would say that was a misjudged rock, a little overthrown by Peter Hlushak, but then probably misjudged by the sweepers. So an opportunity for Darren Moulding. I believe he has 6 Brier appearances, 5 with Alberta and 1 with New Brunswick.
He had 1 with Northern Ontario as well.
Oh,
I think he curled with the Horgan brothers.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
that's 7. Or,
I think, yeah.
So with at least 6 Brier appearances, we don't have the stat book here. I'm sure somebody watching here, and he makes a great one. That's where Peter would like to put his. But now, probably the best he can do is follow that down to hold Darren to 1. And it still might not be guaranteed, but got to give it a try.
Yep, there's really nothing else to do. Well, having just thrown this draw, I think he'll be very close. But yeah, 3rd rock down this path. It'll probably be even a little quicker. So he threw a little heavy last end. Last shot. He's probably gonna throw take off probably a couple more feet.
Yes. Sweeper's on it again. You got to think they have a little bit of a better read on it. They're going pretty hard here.
Must have taken off more than a couple feet.
Oh, I think there was a little bit of overcompensation there. He might be on that top one in the house.
This will give Darren Moulding the chance to draw for 3.
Chance for draw for 3. Not a lot of real estate there.
No,
he's going to have to be fairly precise. He wants to basically copy the shot he just made.
Yeah, just come down onto half rock on his yellow he just threw.
This would give him a commanding lead, though. Needs it's just full 4. Yeah. Doesn't have to touch the button. Just threw it. Multi-time Alberta champion. Brier champion. Potential to play 3 games today. Needs to win all the way through.
Make it to that semifinal tomorrow morning. And he makes no mistake. Perfect draw weight.
Great shot. A score of 3 for Team Moulding to go up 9-5 after 8 ends. Takes a commanding lead here in this C semifinal.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And we're back, 9th end action.
And with a 4-point lead, Darren has no interest in guards, so much so that he ran up to help sweep that one in to make sure it got into the rings there. Eric Depker being asked to play a corner guard.
Probably going to see 2 corner guards this end.
Yeah, I think Hlushak is in a throw everything you can at them. I don't think we're going to see a hit at a team Hlushak until, I would say not for the first 5, their first 5 of the end, if even that. But this is where you just got to get a lot of guards, some tap backs, some freezes, and you're just you said this before on this. You're in this situation. You need to generate a miss out of your opponent. When you're down 4 2 ends ago, you need to generate a miss out of your opponent, and you're trying to junk it up. Realistically, they need their 3, and this is going to help a little bit. And you see that Hlushak's not even trying to sweep that out. He wants that in the back of the house.
He's calling for the stacks. Corner guard, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Usually you see people split just because then you have both corner guards on both sides. So
Yeah,
you can split the house, but
yeah, with when you're down more points than ends left, you see that split. I agree, Ethan. You guys would probably be playing the split in this situation.
Yeah, maybe it's because the corner guard's a little higher than he would have wanted, but I think I don't think that's worth deviating from that strategy.
So,
it's not that, yeah.
Let me ask you something about your team. How often, Brian Parent, your skip, how often do you know before he makes the call what the call is going to be? Or is every now and then you're going, I don't know about that one, right?
It's pretty often. Like, yeah, we'll talk in our meeting. It's like, okay, so I already know what basically the first shot's going to be no matter what. And then even the second shot, it's usually like I have a good idea. It'll be one of two things kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, I already know both of the options, and then that's pretty good.
And we do see with your team, there are obviously sometimes some team discussions.
Yes. Yeah, overall, he's a great strategist. So
yeah,
usually it's like sometimes the thrower will really like a shot, and they will try to get it. Like Jared likes to draw a lot, so sometimes Ryan will call the hit, whereas Jared really feels the draw. But for the most part, it's what Ryan calls, we'll just discuss it, and then probably try to, if we don't understand it, then we get a better understanding by discussing it, and then we're all on board.
Yeah, I made a comment when commentating one of your games that Ben is a very vocal member of the team. He's always talking. I mean, and he's not necessarily critiquing. He's sometimes talking about the shot. He's talking about.
He just wants to know more about
what
the
are we doing? Where do we not want to hit it? He's talking. He's actually quite nice to have on the mic'd up during the commentary because I don't have to talk as much. You just turn it over to Ben.
Exactly.
So.
No, it's important. It's important to see there's no like, okay, do you want this top 4? Do you want this top 8? Like, what's too deep? Like, it's great information to have, and it's worked well for us.
So here Darren's now getting into the bombs away situation here. He's
potentially try to run this corner guard into
sweepers aren't even looking at this one. They're
they don't need to.
We don't need to do it. We're not going to help this. Like, we're just here to catch rocks. And
sometimes it's too fast this week. So, when he's throwing like that probably was in the 5s, probably a 5-second rock.
And we do see got rid of one red rock and moved the other one over to the other side of the sheet. Still a corner guard though. Lucas Sawiak here attempting the come around. I was curling a lot. Man, that's a wide guard, but really hard to get by this.
Actually going to curl now. That's a very nice shot.
Good. Yep.
And he'll be basically fully buried.
Yeah.
Maybe a piece was showing, but.
Darren's looking at playing in off the red onto yellow and maybe catching that red one that was just thrown. Of course, Team Moulding in a situation, if every time they throw there's one less red rock, they'll be in good shape. It's a good feeling.
Oh, so close.
Oh, close, yeah.
Actually rolls up for a second corner guard, which
that
isn't ideal.
Yeah, and
they
are a little overlapped. Yeah, so
there won't be any run backs coming from the corner guards anytime soon.
So now looking at
that's
freezing to the back one. I thought he might wrap one more there just because of how that corner guard.
Maybe he's maybe he's gonna try to make a good freeze, make Darren chase those, and then maybe wrap around on one of his later rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want Darren to have the chance to make the double peel. bit of an over curl
Yeah,
here.
over curls. An open one.
Makes that decision pretty simple. You can just
Oh, now they're looking at trying to do trying to accomplish multiple things here. Could you get the peel and maybe you send that yellow one back onto the red?
Yeah.
Because of the way that they're sitting right next to each other. I think Darren's talking about, you want to just keep it simple
and just blast that out, or
yeah,
because you'll still be shot rock back.
You'll be shot over it, so Hlushak's going to have to come to that one at some point.
Exactly.
But Kyler seems very interested in playing the.
Well, I'm pretty interested in it too. I think it'll be exciting to watch.
Yeah. So what we're trying to see is he plays this double peel. Does the yellow one redirect onto that back pile there and hit the red one on the way by? He's thrown. And with that little ice, it's actually hard to tell if he's throwing the out turn or the in turn at it.
Throwing
Looks
the
like the in turn, yeah. There he goes. Kyler Clydebrink.
Yeah.
Darren calling it right away. And there it goes. And does he clip? There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah. Kyler wanted that the
call.
whole time, lined it up. And there you go. No guards. Got
only one red in the house.
One red in the house, sitting third shot at the moment. Here we go. Look at this. There's that. He does have that set. Nice controlled set there. Calling it right away.
What a beautiful shot.
Clips that. Yeah. Darren likes it. What's not to like? And Kyler saw that right away. Gets the low five there on the way by from Nerpin. Yeah. Hlushak left to try a little free. Wouldn't mind a small bump on that one. Got to hit it, get to the inside of it though.
But yeah, it's over curling again.
Yeah.
Gonna end up in the same spot.
Yeah.
At this point, you just knows that and set your three.
You know, you see Darren, even on a shot like this, doesn't take it lightly. He takes that few moments to look at it. He knows exactly what he wants. He's trying to. I don't know exactly what he's thinking, but you see he's focusing on it. He's probably thinking what's the right path. He doesn't want to throw this sort of nonchalantly down the ice. He still wants to get a really good roll here because if he's not careful, 3 is still in play.
Exactly. It's like it's one thing for the first and second to throw their rocks really quickly, but for the skip, it's you don't take shortcuts. You know, you want to make sure you're doing your full pre-shot routine, that you're visualizing it, because these go on the scoreboard. So that's why the lead and second go fast to make sure the skips can do what they normally do.
And there you go. And that's exactly what he wanted. He rolled exactly to the spot that he wanted to be in. Sitting 3. Hlushak will have to deal with all those rocks if he's looking at ever bringing that side red into play here.
Mm-hmm.
And he stuffs it on the back. Is sitting shot at the moment. So he's gonna leave Darren a very similar shot to the one he just had.
So we'll see if because he needs a triple here. So we'll see where Darren puts the rock, if he'll have it or not, or he'll probably try it, no matter what. I would think.
Hlushak, taking 2 gives you at least somewhat of a slight chance of a hope staying in it. But I mean, certainly stranger things that have happened. Stealing 2 in the 10th is not unheard of.
Yeah, if
just your probability starts going way down.
Yeah. Oh well.
Did it spin back in?
There's a chance for 3 now.
Oh,
wow.
That's tough though. How do you does the double?
Exactly. How do you try to paper it, or do you just rip it out and get your 2 for sure?
I think if there's any chance of taking 3, you have to. You start doing the math here on your odds. Because if you take your 2, you're going to have to steal 3. Whether it's whether you're stealing 3 and 10, or you're stealing 2 and stealing 1 in the extra. Even taking 3 makes it tougher. You're going to have to go steal. But when you start thinking of your odds of stealing 2 and then stealing 1
versus just stealing, maybe you can steal 2 and 10 and then you just win the game.
Is this crazy shot for 3, the crazy difficult shot for 3, is that any higher or lower probability than the stealing 3?
And you have to throw it so hard because you're hitting that.
What did he decide here? Is he just going to try and hit it high side? And I don't think, does he stay in? Can he hit high side, get the double, and stay in the rings?
I think if he throws soft enough weight, you need to kill both yellows.
Yeah.
So maybe if you throw a control weight,
can you just hang on and bite? It's hard.
Or maybe like a heavy board. But then you're risking not killing one of them.
Yeah, and they have to be completely out because that red one is on by a measure.
Oh, but this one looks like it's over curling on him.
And it's just gonna.
Oh, it really over curled on him.
And gives up another one to go down 10-0, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some handshakes there, and we do. So Team Moulding defeats Team Hlushak here in this C semifinal in 9 ends. Team Moulding doesn't have a lot of time to celebrate. They have to get back on the ice for a 1:30 game, which we'll be back here for that. And they potentially are playing 3 games today. So on behalf of my counterpart here, Ethan Drysdale, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Have a good day, everyone.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.